What's your take? And I know you do not accept corporate money.
That's right.
But people want to know, what's your take overall on money in politics?
It's terrible. It's one of the root causes of our problems right now. I'd say the two biggest problems in our politics right now is corporate money in politics, and also the lack of election integrity. It's been an eye-opener what happened to me in my campaign, that we cannot verify the votes because the paper ballots have been destroyed. They think we can verify the votes by looking at computer scanned images, when we all know that those can be manipulated through software manipulation. It doesn't have to be hacked by the Russians. It could be an inside job. But there's also plenty of evidence now that they could be hackings from anybody. The New York Times just had a great magazine piece called "The Myth of the Hacker-Proof Voting Machine." So what I'd like to see is this country to do what has happened all through Western Europe. They have banned the electronic voting machines for elections. What would that look like? It would look like paper ballots counted by hand in public at the local precinct level, reported immediately on election night.
Do you favor ranked choice voting or alternative voting methods? I
would love to. Yes, I have for many years. That would be fantastic. Now, I'd have to study a little bit more. Is it difficult to have that kind of ranked choice voting with just paper ballots, or do you need the computers to really tabulate those votes?
That's a good question. I don't see why paper ballots wouldn't be efficient. I mean, they would have to. I assume they would have to kind of like tally them all and then kind of do the kind of necessary placement as far as, okay, this person got this many votes, these people had this amount of ranking, and they would need to verify it.
And that would be my only concern. And I'll admit, it wasn't a concern that I used to have 10, 20 years ago when I was for ranked choice voting. But now the evidence of computer manipulation around the country is so strong that I think the most important thing is to have paper ballots that are completely transparent and verifiable. The federal government just had a $1.5 trillion tax cut. This country should be able to afford to spend a few $1 billion on election day to hire ordinary Americans all over this country to count ballots on election night.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. I mean, we can't like open this entire can of worms now, or unless you're willing to stay for like another hour and a half. But to my knowledge, like there's systems that would be even easier to implement than ranked choice. Now, I am pro ranked choice. I'm for ranked choice because for whatever reason, that's been the one that's been getting the most steam as of recent. So any alternative voting method that's going to better our system, I'll get behind it. But, you know, and there's people that have done more legwork on this than I have, people in election science and other different groups and so forth. But there are some better methods that would be easier to implement than ranked choice, I believe. But that's something that I'm still learning and evolving on myself as well. Hey guys, thanks for watching. That was a clip from Get Your News On with Ron, the world's first viewer-curated streaming news show. What does that mean? That means I log on to a stream and people tweet me articles over on Twitter at Ron Placone, or they use our Reddit subsection, which is just Get Your News On with Ron over on Reddit. And that's how we build the show. I'm seeing all these articles for the first time. We are literally getting our news on together. Follow me on Twitter at Ron Placone so you can participate. And this show streams live every Tuesday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please do tune in. If you want to support this show, you can do so over on patreon.com/Ron Placone, where for as low as $1 a month, you get access to exclusive podcasts every week, exclusive videos, free tickets to shows when I'm performing in your town, and more for as low as $1 a month. Please do consider it. Thank you so much for your support. This has been Get Your News On with Ron.